right, take a breath. Take a half back. Mom's here. It's all good. Paige, are you ready? Okay. So.
Hi, today I'm going to be talking about Biddy Mason. Biddy was a generous and courageous woman. Let me tell you more about her. She was born in Hancock County, Georgia on August 15th of 1818. She was taken from her mother when she was very young, and she was given to Robert Smith as a wedding present. And she had just become a slave. And she had 3 children. She had her first child, Ellen, when she was 20. She had her second child, Anne, when she was 26. She had her third child, Harriet, when she was 30. Her jobs as a slave were to pick cotton and help mothers give birth to babies because she had her own 3 child, so she had experience. In 1847, the Smith family joined a group of Mormons who were going to Utah, and that was a 6-month trip. And she had to walk behind the wagon because she was a slave. And her jobs, other than walking behind the wagon, was to tend the cows and carry her newborn baby Harriet on her back. And in 1851, the Smith family joined another group of Mormons to go on a trip to Southern California. And she had to walk behind the wagon again because she was a slave, and she had to tend the cows. And in 1855, Robert Smith and his wife Rebecca realized that California was a free state, and that meant that Biddy could be free. But they didn't like that, so they were going to move to Texas, which was a slave state. And what happened there was they went to LA, and they went there for supplies, and they 2 men got interested in Biddy's daughters. And what happened was they didn't want Biddy's daughters to leave, so they asked their fathers to set up a court so that Biddy didn't have to leave. And in 1856, the judge declared that Biddy could be free. And in 1857, Biddy became a doctor for the county jail because of all the experience she had giving birth to kids when she was a slave. And around this time, Biddy was given her nickname Auntie Mason or Grandma Mason because of her giving spirit, because she became very wealthy. And she decided that I'm going to give my money to charities and I'm going to donate money to other things. And in 1866, she was one of the first African American women to buy land in LA. And in 1872, her and some friends decided to make the first church in LA. And around this time, she didn't have a last name, so she just decided to make it Mason, and no one really knows why. And she also donated money to people to make the first black school for kids. And in 1891, Biddy died on January 15th at the age of 72. And I have some pictures on my timeline. I have a picture of a covered wagon to represent how she walked behind the covered wagon as she walked thousands of miles. And a picture of a church to represent how she and some friends made the first black church in LA. And I have some pictures. This is a picture of Biddy, and it's like the only picture that's known because there's like no other pictures of Biddy. And then this is a picture of Biddy's travels, from her going from Georgia to Utah, and from Utah to Southern California in LA. Wow. And I got my research from this book. And here And there's this one quote that Biddy is kind of famous for. It's, if you hold your hand closed, nothing good can come in. The opened hand is blessed, for it gives abundance even as it receives. I hope you liked learning about Biddy.
Where did she put her other children when she was walking?
Well, she was carrying her newborn baby Harriet on her back, and her other two child, she just walked with. Evan?
The picture of the Mason, that looks like Harriet's husband.
Birdie?
Was she the slave when she died?
No, she wasn't. She went to court and then she was declared free in 1852.